do a thing. I'm going to go at a breakneck pace now and do some confusingly elaborate shit really fast.
Okay.
My hero and mentor who taught me not only improv but in comedy sports and how to be a cool, good person and have respect for the audience. His son was in Pittsburgh and freaked me out, and then he told his dad that I was coming to Madison, and he came here. Bob Orvis, can you come up to the stage?
Bob Orvis.
Whoa, he bolted.
There it is. Bob Orvis.
Okay. And Morgan Groby, our tour manager, you need to come up here because I'm going to use him for something. I want to do we'll do it as quickly as possible because I have to do it. Where's Morgan? Morgan coming up? Okay.
Morgan Groby, everybody.
All right. Morgan's the brains on the road. He keeps us on schedule. Okay, we're gonna play Story because that was the first game I learned from Bob, and it was the first time anyone ever respected me as an adult and said, "Hey, you're good at Story," and I'm not good at it. But Jeff, you're gonna play it too, and I feel like Spencer would be kind of good at this, And the
interesting thing is when Dan was playing Story, he is right after he had his ass kicked in Milwaukee, and his eyes were so swollen that he could only look out the bottom of his eyes. So that getting his ass kicked was a true story.
And it wasn't Hispanic people that did it. You know what? It was black people. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I got this ass beating and I was like, why did they hate me? Like, what can I do for them? I don't know. I gotta work it out. I got 10 cities left or something. I'll figure out what my deal is with race.
So explain the game for them.
Okay, well, it's pretty simple. We're just gonna, you tell a story. Whoever he points to tells the story until he points at someone else. It's like basic improv game. Hey, is there room for McGathy's to have a mic?
Do we have another mic?
Shoot.
Yeah,
we only have 4 mics.
All right.
Eric McGathy, everybody. All right. We can share a mic.
Save Spencer until Spencer can observe how it works, and I think he'll be okay at it. Okay, all right, let's start. We need the title.
Title of a story.
Dan Harmon's Excellent Adventure.
Say what?
Dan Harmon's Excellent Adventure.
Dan Harmon's Excellent Adventure.
Okay, fine. A little meta, but maybe it'll be a critical hit. Right, good. Thank you, my joke's agent, ladies and gentlemen.
It was a cold and windy night. Dan Harmon had just stopped fucking the lice off my mother.
When a thought occurred to him. What if I took a jar of peanut butter and wore it as a hat?
And became the mayor of Madison, Wisconsin. Would that work?
He said to himself as he peeled sweaty socks off of his hands. It had been a long
time since he'd peeled sweaty socks off of anything, if you know what I mean.
But we didn't know what he meant, so he demonstrated how he'd peel those hot, sweaty
socks. Inch by inch. Inch by inch. Just
painstakingly, he pulled off the sock. Peeling slowly off his sweat-slick skin, the man decided to throw him against
the fire, which had been firing in the corner.
For centuries. Dan burst into the yard with a
gun. It was a small gun. It was a harmless gun, because that's Dan Harmon.
But lethal, nonetheless. 9 rounds to kill 9 people. He was going to rob 9
people of their souls by shooting them. I don't need to over-explain this, do I? I mean, it's murder. It's been around forever. I'm sorry I tried to make it fancy.
Dan walked into the yard with the gun and saw in the
corner of the yard a small flower. It changed his mind for a moment.
And then his mind changed back to murder.
He went somewhere absolutely
unusual.
He decided he wasn't going to rip that flower apart. He was just not going to water it. And just watch it
Sit and die.
Went the days as they flew off the calendar. Finally, the flower died.
And he thought to himself, murder's a strange thing.
Why did I walk out here with a gun?
And then he remembered why and shot his next door neighbor, who was a man by the name of Fred. Fred has been a gardener for about
14 years. Dan had stalked that gardener, that sexy little gardener.
With his long shears and his flirtatious
eyes full of little heart shapes.
The police pulled up at Dan Harmon's apartment.
Oh, what's all this then? Said Officer McSeinfeld. I couldn't help but notice that your front yard is,
Aghast with dead people. What's with dead people?
I just think it's a strange thing to have in one's yard. I mean, I'm no decorator, but I think I have a high-pitched voice.
Because I am Irish Seinfeld. What's the deal with blood on your shoes?
Why do they call it yards? We're not foot,
I mean, they're arranged in feet.
right?
Hey, why are we all sucking helium? We were asking each other. Suddenly, Dan turned to the side. There he saw Frito's toe creeping toward him.
It menaced slowly in the side yard in the shade as it revealed itself.
Hi, Dan.
Would you like a piece of cake?
Friedel's toe. Make her flow like.
For all the children.
With Dan's gun, he shot Irish Seinfeld.
Oh, why do they call it getting shot? Said Irish Seinfeld. Why don't they call it getting bulleted?
Bob Orvis, everybody.
Bob Orvis.
Bob Orvis.
I love you, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah. He taught you well.
Yeah, I did it. We did it. Yeah, I used to do that for a living, and now I do this not for a living. It doesn't. I don't know how much of it makes any sense.